just been joined by Sule Buba, who works with Elections Cameroon, but also very interested in topics like this. And we're glad to have you on Prime Hour for the very first time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Liu. I'm so honored to be one of the panelists today.
You say Barka de Salah.
Barka de Salah to everybody.
I know you came a little bit late because you had to finish up with celebrations out there, but many persons like you are asking what is Kanya Mata. They don't understand where this is coming from to you, because we understand that it has a Muslim origin and something like that. What is this all about?
Yeah, actually, that's why I insisted not to miss this program, because you know, there is a lot of misconception and misinformation as far as this issue of in quotes Kanya Mata is concerned. Yeah, actually, Kanya Mata is from the Hausa language, which means women stuffs or women things. There are two words that are joined together. Kaya can be clothes, Kaya can be things, and Mata is women. So when you join it, you give women stuff, Kanya Mata. And this Kanya Mata actually does not end only at the level of this West beat that I see today everywhere taking trend on the social media. Kanya Mata embodies nearly everything that a woman uses to become beautiful, to attract her husband, to keep her home. Kanya Mata at the beginning was something that was purposely for couples, those who are married. In the Hausa tradition, before a woman or a girl is sent to her home, she's been prepared. She's been prepared, you know, they observe her beauty, all those things you used to know today, this lily, you know, we call it henna. Yeah, they draw it on her face, and then all those eyelashes stuff, all like that. And then her body texture also. Sometimes a girl is supposed to stay for at least maybe a week indoors, just to get a good body texture for her husband, for the occasion, to prepare her for the occasion. So it also embodies perfumes, even earrings, even necklaces, all are you know, inside Kanya Mata. You understand? But today, if we come back to give meaning to what people really understand as Kanya Mata, we'll talk purposely on the West beat, which today is what is being used out there. There is why I say that there is a lot of misinformation or misinterpretation of West beat. West beat is an old ancient tradition known in Africa. I believe there is none of us here who does not know or have never seen a woman put on West beat. It's part of the black people. It's part of our cultural heritage. That's why today you see African Americans, they identify themselves culturally by using those beads. They are the ones who have taken it to the West. And today in the West, they call it West lines, they call it beaded and stuff like that, like in America, in Europe. But originally, if we have to situate it, you know, locate it, we will say that Kanya Mata is mostly used in the north. And this Kanya Mata, this West beat, have different reasons and meanings why it is being used.
But do you also understand now that these are ornaments that because when I get to, these are things that are supposed to be used by a woman to make herself beautiful, especially for the husband. Do you now understand that there are people who have gotten into this and are now using it for devilish tendencies? That is, I don't know, they do juju on it.
I understand.
Yes.
I understand your point.
And then they give it a wrong.
Does normal Kanya Mata have hours? I would like to know from you.
Yeah, then that's why I'm coming gradually. You understand?
Yes, be brief because others
no problem. Kanya Mata actually, you know, it has different rules in the life of the woman who puts it on. You understand? In other societies, they use those beads, those waistband, to control weight. When she's fat, the bead come up, and when she's slim, it goes down to her hips. You understand? And then the selection of the beads, it depends on the purpose why the person is using it. There are some people who use things like gems, these stones, which have some powers in certain traditions, like this chakra. If you have ever heard about chakra, voila. So you have those stones, like, and then those stones, they have different functions. You see, like brown, you will see the brown. You will see if you use a brown stone. Here you have, excuse me, please. If you use red, green stand for abundance, fertility, nature, and prosperity. Red, confidence and vitality. Turquoise, you have communication and self-awareness. White, light, truth, purity, light, truth, and purity. Yellow, energy, and joy, and happiness. So those are the things. And then sometimes in other traditions, women use it to announce their fertility, to announce that they have already crossed into womanhood.
Which is not bad, brother.
Yeah, actually, that's why I am insisting that we must bring out a clear-cut difference between this thing, Kanya Mata and charm.
Okay.
Because charm can be used, yes, it's not charm. Charm can be used on anything. Charm can be used on anything. You understand? Here in Douala, we used to say that we don't want to eat the head of a fish because there's Maggi inside. You understand? What's that Maggi? That if you eat, you will not go back. When you get to a Basa woman, you're already forgotten, So charm can be used on necklace. Charm can be used even on dresses, even on perfumes. You understand? And if today they have choose this Kanya Mata, this waist beads, and then now they put their charm upon it, or they incantate. You understand? And then they say that this is the purpose. But what I know is that most of those women selling all those things that Kanya Mata and saying all those stuffs are out to look for money.
Okay.
That's what
these things work.
Work.
How do we control them? If you were to discover that you were under charm or something like that, or how do we even prevent it?
Yeah. You see, that's why
we should not love so many women.
No, that's not even the main issue here. The main issue here is that's why I really needed to make this intervention, because we are black people, we are Africans, and not all of us are Christians, not all of us are Muslims. We also have our cultures and traditions, our customs. There are people who are traditionalists, you understand? And then we believe that to a traditionalist, he believes in his herbs and roots, the power in the herbs and roots. And most of these Kanya Mata sometimes are being produced out of certain herbs which have power, spiritual power, or roots. You understand? And what I want to say here is for people to know, the intention behind everything you do in life matters. It is the intention that matters. If you have to pay a price, it depends on the intention. If you intended to use something to capture, exploit somebody, and then at the end of the day, maybe you do not have maybe a positive you did not have a positive
outcome,
intention towards what you wanted to do, it will backfire on you. Naturally, we believe human beings there are spiritual attacks. There are natural things that we cannot escape from. That's why the Christian has to pray, the Muslim have to pray. We have what we call dua. But there are attacks that come your way, which you cannot even explain. And sometimes people suffer from a lot of things, and then they tend not to understand exactly where these things are coming from. It must not necessarily be their making, but someone can be suffering from something that is affecting him unknowingly, and then these people now come in to help. So the problem here is that today's world is being exposed to something, and they are jumping into something they don't even have good knowledge of it. But for us who have been using this thing, who are living in this thing, we know, you know, the measurement. We know how to use it, what to use, and you know, in a way that it doesn't affect us.
I get
yes, and I'm 100% satisfied with my culture, with my people, with the knowledge.
Wow.
Yes, whatever. I have said that there is a difference between charm and Kanya Mata. So to me, Kanya Mata is not a problem at all.
It's a charm.
It's not a problem. It's not a charm.
I say
yes, it can be a charm. And to us, charm is not necessarily a bad thing.
Okay.
Yeah, charm is not necessarily a bad thing.
If the intention is good.
If the intention is good. Charm does not necessarily mean that, you know, we have to be very careful when you use something that affects somebody or your partner, and then you do not love him. How can you take something that you claim to love a man, and then you go and take something that he will love you, and then at the end of the day you know that he's going to die and you lose him? Does that make any sense? But if you know for certain that this thing that you are using upon your husband will help to keep this your husband for you, and there will be no after effect, why shouldn't you use it?
But you have mastery of what you are using.
Yes, why you shouldn't use it? You understand? You know, today people are just, you know, because of this globalization kind of a thing, people just, juxtapose, mix cultures and traditions. You just buy an Indian tradition, you don't even know how to go about it. You understand? And because you have just heard one positive thing about it, you just take it and you want to use it. And then tomorrow you don't know how to control it. Like for me, a Muslim, there is a way of life. You understand? For instance, for a Muslim, after sex, there is what we go through, which is referred to as a ritual bath, which you make an intention to cleanse yourself to be able to stand before your Lord. You cannot pray until you go through that process. You understand? And we believe that when you have sex and then you don't purify yourself, you are exposed to any attack. You understand? Okay, now this thing, a Muslim is using this thing and it does not affect him. You come and take it. You understand? You go and use it, maybe have sex, and then you don't go through those due processes. You see, there are also people should be careful. They should know what they take. They should know what they use. Most of these beads, sometimes, which is being used as charm, purposely come with some perfume. It's not just a simple bead. If you look it even on that picture, you will see it. There is a perfume in the middle. It is that perfume that you use to, water that bead when you want to meet your prey, when you want to attack. You understand? It's not just that all the time that the beat is there, it can be used to charm. And then you might likely charm your father in the house. Yes. So it is something that it has its own way. Procedure. Its own way that is being controlled.
When I get it, Apostle and B, it's like they say that these things come with lots of conditions. There are certain things, and many of our, because he's talking from the perspective of a Muslim who has grown in something, and now you're a Christian, you're a girl who just went to the University of Boya, and you're introduced to something which you will need to take 5 years to master the art, and maybe you are in a hurry to get a fat cash in 1 week's time. And we can imagine the consequences.
If I can gather from what Sule said, the motive is what makes it a crime.
Yes.
The motive. The Kanya Mata is the charm. The Muslim use it as a custom, not to make money. Our sisters use it for merchandise.
The one.
You see? So now they package it and sell it for 60,000 for 90,000. How did we get there?
Okay. And you see, that's the problem. If you go to, I have my auntie who is selling all these things. She sells it for 500 francs. It's 500. Yes, it's 500. But I'm surprised to hear that it's being sold in other places for 90,000, 100,000.
Okay.
But they sell it for 500 francs.
She sells to the general public or to these
the
Muslim
general
ladies.
public. That's why, let me answer this. My answer have two angles. I'm coming, please. Don't be agitated. Just calm down, okay? My answer have two angles. You see, today, my brother here have opted to give an answer for me, which he said that is globalization. Yeah, globalization is one among it, and you have again this aspect of integration, living together. Yes. You understand? You see this cap I'm wearing, everybody wears it, right? But when an outside man looks at me, he knows when I bend it like this, through my right, is to show that I'm a man. You understand? Okay, but how many people wear it? Everybody wears it now. This very car, everybody wears it now. But it's actually from the Hausa people. So it is but normal. You can never confine something to only yourself, especially in these days that we live together with people. But the problem is that this haste, you know, this overzealous quest have made people, they don't take their time to learn, to go through the instructions before they use something. When somebody wants to give you something, ask questions. Make sure that you understand him well before you take it. Yes, but we cannot say that no, the Hausa people were supposed to keep this thing for themselves. It is a good thing. And if today I have helped my friends when I see them in situations, you understand, I can know of a help, and maybe you are suffering from maybe a menstrual cramp, and I know just one simple help that I can give you, and it helps you. Why can I help you? Why can't I help you? And I'm living with you. If I allow you to die or something happens to you, I will be guilty. I will have that guilt upon us. So it's the same thing. You know, these problems, there is no difference between physical problem and emotional problems. Yes, a woman can be suffering, a girl can be suffering from emotional problem, and she has her friend, and her friend said that, well, this is the only way, this is my own way that I used to remedy my own situation. And then she helps her, and it works. Because if it was not working, it is not only in Cameroon, it's just entering Cameroon. But if you ask in Nigeria, everywhere, Kanya Mata has gone. If now like this, just type on Google Kanya Mata, you will see every information from all angles coming. It's because it's work, you know. And this Kanya Mata now, I have said that is very vast. There are items that come from Asia. There are items that come from Egypt, Indonesia, because of globalization, and are being used. You see, and even this kankan, we used to know when this Hausa man is selling his soya, there will be pepper and there will be kankan to enhance men. When men come to buy, he will give you, he will put you kankan so that you will feel strong. Okay, that's the reason. Yes, I don't know. You don't know kankan. I know now. You have two color of pepper there. Yeah, but I do not know. But it's just normal. Those are just like spices, like pepper. That's you understand? But it has a medical boosters. It has medical this thing. Women things. There's Kanymata. Kanymata is those enhancers, those boosters. Kanymata, you don't have only the waist bead, you have sweeteners, you have tighteners. You understand? Wow. Yes, that is all involved inside that.
You are an expert in this thing.
Yes, I know these things, you know.
And you say your aunt sells.
Yes, she sells all those things. There are sweeteners which makes a woman sweet to her husband, and it's been, you know, sort of like there are some little like these bonbons.
When they sell these things?
They sell it all. They are there in Hausa Kwatana. Everywhere you go in Hausa Kwatana, you meet it. There is no.
It has always been there.
Please, you don't focus too much on the spiritual side of it. These are natural things. They're aphrodisiacs. You know, they are boosters, enhancers. Those sweeteners, they are just like sweets. It's just the same like this tablet now, this Viagra that people take now. But this one now is female Viagra. And a woman use it, she sucks it, and then before having sex with the husband. You understand? Yes, and he tells her she's sweet. There are tighteners too. When after a woman must have given birth, you know, and she feels that she's loose, and then there are certain herbs, there are certain roots she use to tighten up herself, to look like a virgin. So these are normal things. We should not pretend. We know these things.